All right, let's just think about it for a second. We are constantly swimming in this sea of information, from quick chats to big, important announcements. But how much of that do we actually catch? Today, we're going to sharpen our focus. We're going to learn how to zero in on the details that really matter.
I mean, come on, you know this feeling, right? You're listening to a set of instructions, you're nodding along, you think you've got it all, and then boom, you realize you missed that one crucial part, the one little thing that changes everything. It is so frustrating, and it happens to all of us. But what if we could actually change that?
Okay, so let's try something. For the next few minutes, let's think of ourselves less like passive listeners and more like information detectives. Yeah, I like that. Our job isn't just to hear all the noise floating around. Nope, it's to find the actual clues hidden inside it all. So, let's start our first investigation.
All right, opening up our first case file, everyday transactions. Now, these might seem super simple on the surface, but trust me, they are packed with little details, and those details are what determine whether you get what you actually want.
So here's our first piece of evidence. A totally standard food order. Hello, I'd like to order 2 cheeseburgers, 1 portion of fries, and a large cola. Could you also add a chicken salad? That's all for takeaway, please. Oh, and no onions on the burgers. Okay, so as information detectives, what are we doing here? We're pulling out the key facts from that sentence to make sure this order is perfect. Let's break down the clues we just heard.
First things first, the quantity. Not 1 cheeseburger, 2. It seems so basic, right? But getting that count right is, well, it's the foundation of the whole order. Get that wrong and everything else is off.
Okay, what else? Let's add the other items to build out the full meal. We've got a large cola and a chicken salad. Easy enough, right? We're just grouping the items together. Now, hold on. Here's a clue of a totally different kind. It's not an item. It's a condition. For takeaway. Just that one little phrase completely changes how the meal gets prepared and packaged. This is a classic example of a detail that's super easy to miss, but it's absolutely vital.
And finally, the big one, the special request. No onions. This is the exception to the rule. This is the one tiny detail that makes the difference between a happy customer and, let's be real, a ruined lunch. Honestly, these little exceptions, they're often the most important clues of all.
Okay, let's apply this same detective work to another kind of transaction, like choosing a gym membership. A table like this is perfect because it lets you compare everything instantly. Yeah, you see the cost difference right away, $25 versus $40. But the real clues, they're hidden in the rows below. Look, both plans get you equipment access, but the real value of that premium plan, that's in the fitness classes and that personal trainer session. Seeing it laid out like this helps you spot that crucial difference in a heartbeat. All right, let's move on. Time for our next case file. Now, we're not investigating items anymore. We're investigating time. Think about it. Appointments are all about dates, times, and deadlines. And we all know missing just one of those can be a massive headache.
So you get a reminder for a dentist appointment. It seems simple, but it's actually a sequence of really critical events. A timeline like this makes it super clear. The most urgent detail isn't even the appointment itself, it's the cancellation deadline, 24 hours before. Then you've got the arrival time, 10 minutes early, probably for paperwork, and then the actual appointment starts. Laying it out this way transforms a boring block of text into a clear step-by-step plan.
Okay, for our final case file, we're going to tackle the information that's literally posted all around us. Think about public signs, rules, even weather updates. The clues are sitting there in plain sight. We just have to know how to look for them. So, you want to plan a museum visit. Your detective brain should immediately start scanning for the key details. Okay, what are the hours? 9 to 6. Got it. Are there any exceptions? Yep, closed on Mondays. Good to know. What about the cost? Ah, it's tiered. $5 for adults, $3 for kids under 12. And here's the wild card, the detail you could easily miss. That cool new dinosaur exhibit? It doesn't open until next Saturday. That is critical info for planning your trip. Oh, this is a great one. This is where the really important details hide in the nuance. A sign about photography, it's rarely just a simple yes or no. This kind of comparison makes the rule totally clear. Taking photos is allowed, but what's not allowed? Flash photography. Spotting that one single word, flash, that's the entire key to getting it right. Okay, let's decode one last thing. A weather forecast. You know, a forecast is really just a story told in numbers and a few key phrases. So, our story starts in the morning. The temperature? A pretty cool 15 degrees.
But wait, the plot thickens. The morning isn't just going to be cool, there's also light rain in the forecast. Now, if you stop paying attention right here, you'd probably grab an umbrella and a heavy jacket for the whole day. And you know what? That would be a mistake.
Because here's the crucial update. The rain is only for the early hours. By midday, everything changes, and it's going to be sunny. This is that turning point, that one detail that completely changes your plan for the rest of the day.
And finally, the end of our story. The afternoon high is going to be 22 degrees. So you see, by tracking all the clues, the starting temp, the changing conditions, and the final temp, we get a full, accurate picture of the day, not just a single snapshot.
So what have we been doing here? After going through all these little case files, you've done way more than just listen. You've actually been practicing the core skills of an information detective. So let's wrap this all up and put those skills into a toolkit you can take with you.
Okay, so everything we've been practicing really just boils down to the simple 3-step method. First, identify the context. Just what's the overall situation? Are you ordering food, booking something? Step 2, hunt for the key data. This is where you actively look for the numbers, the times, the costs, the names. And step 3, and this is the real secret sauce, spot the conditions. This is where you find the no onions, the flash not allowed, the exceptions to the rule. That right there, that's your blueprint.
Look, when you switch from just passively hearing things to actively investigating them, you give yourself a huge advantage. You go from just receiving information to actually understanding it. So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you have your detective toolkit, what crucial detail are you going to spot tomorrow? That's all for this explainer.